they're 600 or 700. You should have a minimum of at least 1,000 watts. I think his PC's underpowered, and that motherboard is fucking garbage. That B550, I think it's an, I don't even think it's an Asus motherboard. I think it's a Kingston motherboard. But god awful, bro. That motherboard is gonna die. And him adding more and you know why I say it's the motherboard? Because he's having issues with his Wi-Fi, his internet connection, which is part of your motherboard because he has a cable put in. He has a problem with his USB ports. All his USB ports seem to be fucked up. And you know, his Wi-Fi doesn't connect for his lighting. His lighting doesn't work properly.
Ayo, DSP projecting here, but this channel should be called Doody Streams Sweeping instead. But before I wildly speculate on why Doody sweeps, I won't bury the lead. In fact, you've already heard the broom being pushed. Doody Streams, is so magnificent at sweeping you don't even realize he's doing it. Instead of holding Phil accountable for his action, Doody finds it easier to just push a broom behind him. Doody's sweeping strategy of bombarding you with the truth, then just sprinkling a plausible little out for DSP to beg some more is masterful. It almost had me fooled. Sure, DSP will be on stream crying dead motherboard and cursing the brand. 100% so far, Doody. I'll give him credit. And all the devices do tax the motherboard, and the PC is likely underpowered. Doody's right again, and I'm pretty sure the machine has an all-in-one liquid cooler whose pump would put even more strain on the cheap-ass power supply. And the motherboard is fucking garbage. That I also agree with. But is that where the sweeping starts? Kingston. Doody's trying to pretend the brand is any manufacturer we've ever heard of. That Amazon listing said the motherboard manufacturer may vary. It was the cheapest micro ATX board they could get with a brand name you would see on AliExpress, not like Kingston. Next, he tries to sell DSP's story of the bad motherboard Wi-Fi. What Doody doesn't mention is that the computer is connected to the internet via Ethernet. The motherboard isn't causing the Wi-Fi to disconnect. It's fucking Windows. It sees the dent has Ethernet, doesn't realize someone would be stupid enough to connect to a second, different, shittier internet connection just to control RGB lights on the separate second local network so it disconnects. But DSP projecting, if it's not the motherboard, what is causing these tech issues? What do you think it is? It is Phil. I'm not Doody Streams. I don't sweep for Phil here. Yes, Phil's computer is junk, but it's not the problem. Phil is. Let's take a look at how Phil treats his peripherals, and not ignore the elephant in the room like Doody does. Oh wait, it's on screen right now. Do you see it? I'll zoom in. What about now? For my loyal viewers who saw my RGB paper plate project, it may not surprise you that I know a thing or two about electronics. And one of those things is when you plug your devices in like that, the computer's motherboard is the least of your worries, unless you're a sweeper. Here, come on in my workshop and I'll show you what I mean. Here, I have bulk USB connectors, because you kinda need to if you make shit like RGB paper plates. Factory sealed and untampered with. And while this is on a smaller circuit board, the way the connector is attached to it isn't much different than how it's attached to the circuit board on the camera. And it's that easy. Okay, yeah, I did twist it a bit, but let's look at the aftermath. The solder pads were entirely removed from the PCB. The USB connector is only as strong as the solder pad, specifically the pad, not the soldered connection itself. I caused a catastrophic failure, but how easy would it be to put enough stress on the cord that it may lift one of the smaller pads connected to the data traces marked D plus or D minus, let's say, lift it in a way that it only cuts out intermittently. Kinda like how a cord can get bumped and expose the Discord server. Fucking dumbass. Now let's compare how I handle USB versus how DSP USB bubs.
Watch, they're gonna go flying and I'm gonna lose them. There they go. There go the washers, which I knew was gonna happen because they don't hold on there, they go flying. So here's one. There's supposed to be 2. The other one might have gone inside my keyboard, which I was afraid of. I got it. I caught it. Isn't this great, guys? This is my life. And this is me coming back from a day where I had no rest whatsoever. I literally did busy work, chores, and physical labor all day. And this is what I got to come back to. Isn't this great? I love it, man. What a great life. Okay. Oh, there go the washers. They just hit the floor. That's what I was afraid of, quite frankly. So now I don't even know where they went, and I'm covered in wrenches. I don't even know where they are. I don't see them anywhere. The washers just went flying, and I don't know where they are. Great. I see one. I found one washer. There's supposed to be 2 on each side, I think. I don't see the other one. So I probably lost the washer now. Well, whatever. Gotta try to get more slack, but I don't have any slack on my USB cable. All right, I can almost put the mic down. Here, okay. I got the mic down over there now.
And ready for the icing on this cake of brooms? I stole that clip from Doody. Doody knew the whole time how DSP just mishandles his shit. Hell, he even documents it better than I do. And okay, maybe all that taut, tough tugging, or triple T as I like to call it, or QT for short, quadruple T, you're welcome, wasn't enough to break his electronics, but is this foreplay rough enough?
I also need to have enough slack that it's not pulling the mic. Oh my God, this looks dumb. Look, it doesn't even go in. It literally won't fit. And it's a USB cable. It doesn't fit. What the fuck were they thinking? It's awful. What idiot made this? All right. Hold on one second. I'm going to try something. I got to unplug it again. I don't think this is going to work, though. Hold on one second. I'm going to try something. I got to unplug it again. I don't think this is going to work, though.
Big ups to Meaningful Content, who was brave enough to post the Rated X stuff Doody was sweeping. It's because Doody needs the motherboard arc just as bad as DSP does, but as a distraction, not to beg. A distraction from what? Doody's own lies about building his own PC. You can't build a PC on a yacht, you dunce. It would be way too wobbly. It's hard enough to get that USB cord out on solid ground. I doubt you're plugging in RAM while waving around. This is what I mean when I say book smarts versus ocean smarts. And that's what makes me different. I'm not Doody. I don't do this for the 4th or 5th yacht. I'm a man of the people. I stand with them on solid ground. I don't do this for the multiple luxury boats. I do it for just a simple pied-de-terre in northern France, overlooking the channel, of course. Find out now about how I actually am detracting to do that, and also actually help me do it by becoming a member right now and get access to videos where I show DSP how to start saving. Or don't they become free to everyone after a month? I do plan on doing 2 a month though, and the key to investing is time, so you need to consider the opportunity cost of being a withholder. With that being said, thanks so much for continuing to watch this slop, And we all know the most meaningful support is the kind that doesn't cost a thing, such as liking, commenting, and subscribing. A super thank you and deuces.